Hi guys, another career day. Woo woo. Let's do this. I'm super excited to do it for another year. Okay, bye.
Now there's a flip side to that. There are only struggle buses in some social media websites, but generally what you see on social media is not the real thing. And so
our students and our parents as part of our panelists too. So I'm Mrs. Whalen. I'm one of the counselors. I just want to welcome our speakers. Today is a really great opportunity for you to hear from people in industry in areas that you may have expressed interest in or thought you might be interested in, or you picked it because you know nothing about it and you heard it's really cool. I'm really glad you picked this because actually I'm also a realtor on the side right now until I finish this year. So it's an area that obviously I've taken advantage of and become licensed in, but I'm not going to speak today. I'm going to let it go to the very experienced folks here, and I want to thank them very much for coming, and I won't take any more of their time. If you have questions, hold them a little bit.
First, I'm not a good multitasker, and my brain is real scattered anyway on a normal day. And the first time I
look through, contracts and have you understand it even before you get your license.
we're half lawyers,
Right.
right?
And so to be able to also, but the sphere of influence
Yeah.
is a huge thing, as far as the people you get to know. I'm Danielle G. Mitchell. And I've been doing real estate for going on 8 years. I started as really in high school. I'm at the Lombarian, and I was the artsy one. And so I was big, right? The financial part, being able to put that all together. So even though my my journey, it felt a little bit zigzaggy. It felt like, what is all of these things? And all of those things has helped me, right? Because you need literally every piece. Every piece for me, I absolutely use. So that admin, so a lot of times you hear realtors, you either have realtors who are really personable, right? And who are great with people, great with connecting, but are trash at admin. Like back office, that is just terrible. And so you usually hear like a very distinct, either one or the other. For me, I'm very much both, right? I'm like, I love paperwork. I hated my paperwork. It's great. I love doing it, but I also love being a personality, being a brand as well. I hope that answered the question.
That's great.
So, major would have preferred when choosing this career path?
great question.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. In high school, I thought I was going to be a lawyer. I was very certain about that. Lived in Atlanta. I was
main group. If somebody wants a purple wall, they'll paint it themselves and they'll paint it back when they're done. And so when I buy a house, I'm looking how many dollars can I make out of that house? When a tenant comes to me and says, I can't pay rent, that's great. You can't pay rent, but that's not my problem. It's not an emotional thing. So being very arduous with your financial decisions is super important, and having a financial background would be good. I have a degree in comparative religions and in history. Nothing to do with that. I'm just really good with money. Does that help?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, again, art person. So I was into graphic design, all that stuff, and so that was my focus in college. I would say now, I'll be honest, because I do other things. Real estate is my job. You can ask Darius. I do it 24/7. I do it all the time. It's my main thing. But I also do, coaching. So I do coaching stuff. So for me, I would lean more into business in general, whether business marketing, business finance. For me personally, if I had to do it all over again. But I feel like if you're doing real estate, well, now they have actual real estate majors and stuff like that. But I think understanding business in general just gets you so far. Because you can always kind of pivot. You know what I mean? It's not, it's being able to pivot. And I think that's the biggest thing in real estate. Even if you stick to it and trying to do it, that's the biggest thing. And I was telling somebody.
You're 100% right, by the way.
Yeah.
The business side of things is the legal side of things, is the financial side of things.
And you have to,
do all of it. I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do that, and then
it's so translatable. And the biggest thing I was telling somebody is that we're in an age that communication, being able to translate how it's for religious purposes, just for life, as well as people I look up to in real estate as well. And so I think it's so important. So whatever you're doing, you definitely want to have people in your life who can be sounding boards and people that you can model, people that you can talk to and be like, hey, what is this? What is going on? I think it's important to have those different dynamics of relationships, right? Just in general. So whether it's in career, personal, whatever it is, where you are being poured into. So like mentors, people you look up to, where they are your peers, right? Some peers that are journeying with you, as well as people that you are pouring into. So it's just those different levels so you can feel fulfilled as a purpose, as a person. And so that you can not feel like you're over exhausted. Either you're feeling voided or you're feeling just too used, right? So you can feel like I'm not getting enough. I'm not, I need somebody to help me. And that's one of the things I know I have encountered in real estate at brokerages sometimes, right? Where you can have, don't rely solely on a brokerage. I feel like that. But also, I've come across times where agents are at certain offices at a brokerage and they're like, everybody's catering to the new agents, right? So newer, which is great. You want that. But what about the people who are, making mid-range, who are doing higher? How can you push me to be better? How can you help me?
On time. So, yes.
Did you need money to start specifically for you, Mr. Klein? Because I know real estate not as much, but definitely for land, well maybe.
So okay, so that's actually
But yeah, I would definitely say to get started is going to get you, between 2,500 to 4,000 just to get started, and then you need a cushion for yourself because it's going to be zero. It's going to be donut because you only eat what you kill, right? And so you have to get on your grind. You have to know your niche. Back in the day, they used to say, do leases, do rentals. That's hard.
It takes as much time.
It takes longer sometimes. It just, I think only
I
had a
spend
few.
hours on rentals and leases.
I only had a
It's not
few.
working for me.
Yeah, I've only had a few rentals where it was like, oh, that was easy. No problem.
Yeah.
Most of them,
That's it, guys. DJ and Realty serving the community here at Low Marion High School.
Listen, until next year.
Laura, you know Laura.